Hey y'all, we are back with another voiceover, and today we'll be talking about how important it is to trim your hair before a protective style. Prior to getting your protective style installed, you definitely want to make sure that your hair is properly moisturized and prepped before putting any type of styling in your hair. And the reason for that is because if you're going into a hairstyle, quote unquote protective hairstyle, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be keeping it in for 3 to 4 weeks, no longer than 6 weeks. And the reason why I say 6 weeks is because some people can actually stretch it for those extra 2 weeks, but definitely no longer than that. What you are currently seeing in the video is that I have sectioned off, well, the very first thing that I did was I did the rough draft cut, which was me just eliminating any of the see-through portions of her hair. Now, because of the actual thickness of her natural hair, I have to go in and I have to part the hair and trim section by section just to make sure that each part is actually even. When it comes to getting your hair trimmed, you want to get it done professionally every 8 to 12 weeks. The reason why hair trims are so important is because their sole purpose is to remove any split ends or breakage that have occurred within the actual hair strap. Now, going back to science, the only part of hair that is technically living on your head is your new growth, which is still attached to your scalp. Now, some of you may not know, but when it comes to your scalp, it actually is a part of your body, which means that it produces its own nutrients. Once the hair has grown from the scalp and you're starting to see that you have length, technically speaking, that is dead hair. And what it means to have dead hair is the scalp is no longer providing the hair with the nutrients directly. So this is why it is very important for you to know what type of shampoo and conditioner that you're supposed to be using on your hair, because now you're in charge of your actual hair health. One thing that I do want to point out in the video is that every time I actually go in and trim a piece of her hair, I double check to make sure that I haven't missed a previous spot, and also making sure that it's even with the spot that I just previously did. The next portion of this video, you're gonna see me go in and trim her hair in the interior. And the reason why I do that is because when you are actually getting your hair trimmed for the first time, even when it's time for you to actually get a trim, you'll realize that when you're watching these type of videos, when we do our round cuts or our blunt cuts, typically we're always starting with a cut at the perimeter, meaning everything on the end of the hair. And sometimes, depending on the client, if their length is very long, then we'll be able to get away with actually trimming just the perimeter and it'll still be the same length in the interior. But in this case, because she is not working with a very, very long length, I have to go in and make sure that her interior is even just as well as I did with her perimeter. Now that I've completed her trim, I am able to comb through her hair very easily. As you guys can see, there isn't any snaggling on her ends, and she is ready for her protective style.